Alright, so third workout of the 5th week of the summer bulk. 4th of July today. But as always, we'll get started with the Bible verse of the day. Today's Bible verse comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. So, obviously you see the correlation there. Whenever we have eternal life in heaven with God and Jesus, that is complete freedom, complete joy, complete happiness, and understanding that, living in this great country, the greatest country, we have freedom here as well. But we have even more freedom in heaven, from all the negative things, everything negative. It's just pure joy, pure happiness in heaven. So just understanding that, God has blessed many of us with the opportunity to live in this free country, this great country. So just make sure to thank Him today for that, and not take it for granted, and just enjoy today with your families, your friends, whatever the case may be, and just thank God that we have this freedom, that we have this freedom living here, and we're able to enjoy it so much. So yeah, very good Bible verse today. So workout wise, shoulders and back, always on Thursdays. Same routine as always. If we need to adjust to a different machine or different variation of a lift, we'll do that. But same routine as always. So I'll get in there, get warmed up, and I will see you guys. I'll see you guys in there. Alright, so first movement of today's lift will be the overhead Smith machine press. We jumped up in weight this week by 10 pounds with this movement, and I always like starting with the compound movement. That takes the most energy. That is the most intense lift that there is. So always like to start with the compound movement. So we'll get into the rest of the movements after this. Alright, so next movement will be for rear delts. We're going to be doing cable rear delt flies, single arm. So we'll alternate. So a total of 2 sets. And again, same principles as always, slow and controlled, and trying to achieve that very, very deep stretch whenever I'm bringing the cable back towards the rack. And yeah, slow and controlled, pausing for a couple seconds at the fully stretched position, feeling in the 5 to 9 rep range as always with the upper body. So next movement will be dumbbell lateral raises, and we're working with the same weight that we did the week before. And again, same principles as always, slow and controlled reps, pausing at the fully stretched position whenever I bring the dumbbells down at my side. And big thing here, you don't want to use any momentum, with swaying your body until you get to the partial reps, like how I do at the end here. So if you're going to use any momentum, save it for the end, just to give you a little bit of an extra boost. So, alright, so next movement will be cable raises. And big thing with this, using the cable for any movement, same with the rear delt flies that we did, we're able to get good quality partial reps at the end. More partial reps than you'd be able to get with compound lifts, even with dumbbells. So definitely want to take advantage of using the cables with a movement like this. Alright, so first movement for back today will be the weighted pull-ups. We're using the 45-pound plate. And the big thing with these is I'm able to achieve a very, very deep stretch on the lats at the bottom of this movement. So making sure to pause a couple seconds there and really achieving that deep stretch. Alright, so next movement for back will be barbell rows on the Smith machine. And the adjustment I made this week was to not involve my lower back as much as I did before. Just really focusing on the rowing movement to really just put more tension and focus on the lats. And just, make sure whenever you're doing these, try not to kind of bend down more than you need to. You want to just really focus on the pulling movement, whether you're doing this free weight or with the Smith machine. With the Smith machine, it's going to be easier. You don't have to stabilize the barbell as much, so that's why I like to use it. Alright, so second to last movement for back today will be the pull down or the high row, if you want to call it that. And again, same principles as always. Always feel a very, very good stretch at this whenever I'm bringing the two bars up at the top there. So definitely suggest throwing in some kind of pull down or high row movement, plate loaded or machine like this, or with the cables if you don't already. Very, 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 very good movement for back, so definitely suggest throwing this in the routine. Alright, so final movement for today's lift will be the pullovers on the pullover machine. Love this machine, very old school machine here. And what you really want to focus on is not setting up the machine to where you're starting behind your head. I'm starting more so at the front or the top of my head, just to take the chest and the triceps out of it. I used to do this with the dumbbell and definitely was getting my chest and triceps too involved. So yeah, I definitely suggest setting it up to where it's at the front, the top of your head, and I definitely suggest having this as your finisher. And that'll do it for today's lift. And I will see you guys on Saturday for calves and arms. God bless.